Today we would take a look at the rather complicated concept of GST on capital goods. Before we get into this, we need to understand what exactly is meant by capital goods. Capital goods are generally defined as goods which are used for production of other products or services. But then this definition is partly correct, it's incomplete. It's not complete by any standards. Say for example, if a school buys a bus to transport its students, obviously this bus is used to create a service called education. But then you cannot call it capital goods because bus is not part of the primary service which is produced by the school. What is the primary service which is produced by the school? It's education. Transportation is not part of the primary service. It is a supplementary service. Whereas, if a travel agency buys a car, this car can definitely be called capital goods because without a car, the travel agency cannot perform, or the car is a primary part of the service offered by the travel agency. So I would redefine capital goods. Capital goods are those goods which are used for the production of the primary product or primary service of the organization in context. I hope it's clear. So, see, let's look at a case where a leading surgeon buys a Volkswagen car for his personal use. Obviously, he is not eligible for ITC. He will have to pay the tax for the car. Let's take the case of a hotel buying a Volkswagen car to transport its guests. Though it's used for creating the service called hospitality, it still cannot come under the definition of capital goods because even without this car, a hotel can function. It can use taxi or tourist cars instead of its own car. Whereas a travel agent buys a Volkswagen car, it would definitely come under the definition of capital goods and is eligible for ITC. Now, when you buy a capital goods and avail ITC on that, the government insists that you must use this particular capital goods for 5 years for production of a product or service. If you are selling this product or this capital goods before the end of the 5-year term, at the point of sale, the government would check what is the depreciated value of that product. And at the point of sale, you have to pay GST on the depreciated value of that product. But if you are selling the capital goods at a price which is higher than the depreciated value of that product, of the capital goods at that point of time, then you will have to pay GST on the sales price, which is higher than the depreciated value. It sounds rather complicated. I would make it damn simple with the help of these slides. Check out these slides, please. So I hope the screen is pretty clear to you. We are going to look at GST on capital goods. Okay? Let's take the case of the Volkswagen car. We bought the car at 10 lakhs. We are supposed to pay a GST at 18%, that is 1,80,000. But we are availing ITC, input tax credit, and we are not paying it. Let's see. Moving on to the next slide. This car was sold after 2 years at rupees 5 lakhs. For the sales price of 5 lakhs, the applicable GST at 18% is 90,000 rupees. which is just 18% of 5 lakhs. Simple calculation. Okay. But let's check out what is the depreciated value of the car at the end of 2 years. The purchase value was 10 lakhs. Annual depreciation of a car is 20%. For 2 years, the depreciation is 40%. 40% of 10 lakhs is 4 lakhs. So when you subtract 4 lakhs from 10 lakhs, the depreciated value of the car at the end of 2 years is 6 lakhs. GST 18% on 6 lakhs is 1,08,000. So if you are selling this car at the end of 2 years at 5 lakhs, you'll have to pay GST for the depreciated value of the car at the end of 2 years, that is 6 lakhs. You have to pay a GST of 1,08,000 rupees. We would look in detail why the government introduced this particular provision. In our next class, then you would understand how shrewd, how brilliant this particular provision is, why the government has introduced this. Let's take the alternative case here. Next slide, please. So in the first case, back. Previous slide. See, in the first case, when we sold the car at 5 lakhs, applicable GST for 5 lakhs is only 90,000 rupees. But the depreciated value is 6 lakhs. Applicable GST is 1,08,000. We have to obviously pay 1,08,000 to the government. Case 2. We are selling this car at 7 lakhs after 2 years. Applicable GST for 7 lakhs is at 18% is 1,26,000, which is higher than the applicable GST on depreciated value, which we have seen is only 1,08,000. In this case, you will be compelled to pay, next slide please, 1,26,000, which is higher than the GST on depreciated value. How much time do we have left on this session so that I can try and explain? I think we have some time. Do we? A few minutes. How many minutes? 2 minutes.
No. 1 minute.
Let's focus back on. See, this proviso was introduced so that a person doesn't buy a particular goods as capital goods and avoids the input tax or avoids the GST and then sells the car to a second party who uses it for personal use. See, if this proviso was not there, let's say my name is Dr. Shahjahan, my friend Dr. Joseph, let's say. Dr. Joseph wants to buy a Mercedes car. So what he would do, I have a travel agency. So he would request me to buy a Mercedes car, less GST, and just transfer it, sell it to him after a few days, so that now he can use the car for personal purpose, availing ITC without paying GST. This the government wouldn't allow. That is exactly why this proviso. We would look more in depth into this proviso in the next class. Thank you very much.